Welcome back, everybody, to the channel. Today we are in race number 4 of the iRacing AI JKR Formula 3. I don't know what to call this series at Watkins Glen. If you have not watched the previous races for this series at Mid-Ohio, where we go, Mid-Ohio Road Atlanta, and last time at Sebring, make sure you go back and do that. It'll kind of set the stage for where we are today. And if you enjoy this kind of thing, this kind of series with AI, make sure you go back as well and check out the the Formula V. I always forget that Spec Racer Ford and the Mazda Cup series that came before this. I apologize ahead of time if I have any weird microphone issues. Those of you that know me now know it's not something I can really easily fix. It cuts in and out sometimes, so I apologize for that. Hope it's not too big of an issue. Yeah, usual race format, one lap qualifying, which we are going to start shortly, and then a 20-minute long race. So we are at the Watkins Glen boot today with the bus stop, and on the Mazda Cup we ran the NASCAR version. This is quite a bit longer track, a little bit different. So see how we fare here today. Yeah, I believe I'm in, let's see, 1 point trailing in the standings officially. It's messed up. I've talked about the points are messed up right now. Shouldn't impact us really at all. So we're getting ready to go here. If you enjoy this video or anything else you see here on this channel, make sure you like and subscribe down below so you don't miss any of the action from this Formula V season or anything else that's coming up that I might post on this channel. So I appreciate you all stopping by very much, and I hope you enjoy this race. So today, like I said, we are at Watkins Glen boot, so with the bus stop, with the boot section here that we are in currently. A little bit different than what we ran back in the Mazda Cup series, and I kind of feel like we're going to struggle here. I enjoy this track, I really do. I've just never been very good at it. So I think I pretty much accidentally won an LMP race here once in the past year, but other than that, definitely not my favorite or most successful track by a long shot. So there have been a few schedule modifications already as well. The Okayama round, due to travel regulations with the COVID-19 virus, has been cut from the circuit. We're not going over to Japan, so this ends up actually being race 4 of 6, I believe. So after this, we only have 2 more rounds left, so already halfway through the season here. So unfortunately, we've had to drop that round due to COVID travel restrictions. But we should hopefully have a solid end to the championship season here nonetheless, and an offer to move up hopefully if we can continue to run well, which we have been. A little bit of a draft track here, a couple of longer straightaways, but certainly nothing to the extent of a Road Atlanta or Mid-Ohio or Daytona or anything like that. So not quite as susceptible here, and the low downforce package won't help us quite as much, but still might help us defend some of these spots if we ever come under attack for a position from a car behind. So of course, last time out we made the mistake on our Q lap at Sebring, had started down in place, made a great start, and were able to salvage a second place finish, so that was very encouraging. Hopefully we can have another similarly strong run here today, even if it's not a victory. John Henry has been very fast, Michael's been very fast as well. All we can do is we can kind of hold pace with some of those guys and get out of here with a solid finish. Top 5s are the goal, so we've already started ourselves nicely in the championship. You don't maybe have the quite out-and-out speed of some of those cars on some weeks, but still set up very well here for a nice championship push. So up to the final 2 corners here. We're going to try, now that we have a little bit of tire warmth, to take this flat. Should be fine. Yeah, easy flat. Then 1 gear here for the final corner. A little easier final corner than it was the Mazda Cup. These downforce cars, just turn it in where you want. Stick for the most part, so 1:44, just under that. So solid lap time here from us. Obviously, just running the same setup, race fuel. Not quite a second there, so encouraging. Michael actually all the way down and was at 6th place, so could be a nice development there in our favor if he only wanted to pick place in the Q results. Tyler Hudson, the only car that didn't make a lap, I assume he had one extra something dropped the wheel. So we are going to actually start from the pole here today. Check the tires, get the fuel all set, make sure that the recording is working correctly. It appears to be. Okay, so let's get right into it. 20-minute race, per usual, and this is race 4 of 6 now. So unfortunately, with that schedule change, we're already going to be 2/3 the way through the season after this. So getting down to the nitty-gritty. Final 2 races, one's at Laguna, I believe, and the other one I don't recall. I'll have to double check back on that after the race. Don't let me forget, even though you're not here to tell me. So I'll check on that. John Henry, of course, remember the incidents he had in one of the early races. I think it might have been the very first race that he had a problem and finished back in the 30s or so. I can't remember if it was Mid-Ohio or if it was Mid-Ohio is the one we won. Where did we finish third? That was Road Atlanta. He won that. And Michael won Sebring and John. So it must have been Road Atlanta that he. No, Mid-Ohio. Mid-Ohio, he must have had some issue. That's right. He went off in the last corner of Mid-Ohio and dropped a ton of points, like 30 points. So he's still well down the championship order, unfortunately. But still with very good pace here, running up towards the front. So still a threat for race victories and running well. It'd be really nice if Michael could finish, 5th, 6th, 4th even. If we're able to maintain a top 3 position, any points we can make up on him here are going to be crucial. This championship battle's coming right down to the end here, so definitely getting to be aggressive between the two of us for who's going to come out on top. And he is not too far behind there. I believe at the end is 30 points, just a couple behind as well. So getting down to it here. Time to turn up the wick a little bit. A lot of strong cars in this field. Dale should make an appearance in 10th. Of course, Tran back there in 9th. We had a little issue last time out. Sebring minor contact. Nothing that I went back and watched it after the fact off camera. And it was just one of those things that, getting these cars so sensitive. We barely tapped. We were both going for the same thing. I was going for a little bit of a later apex at turn 2. And we just came together, and unfortunately he spun out. Fortunately, our car wasn't damaged very much at all. Able to continue on to finish second. Just one of those circumstantial things, close racing and open wheel cars. So, with that behind us, ready to rock and roll. Should be a good race, hopefully. We get to control the start again. That boded well for us last time we were on the pole at, where was that, Mid-Ohio, the first race. So we were able to convert that one. This is a little bit different track, a little more passing zones, which is with the draft. Again, a lot of seat time for me here, not a lot of success, but a little more familiar with this than we've been in a couple of races this season, so maybe that'll allow us to get out front and run away a little bit to start and help us to hold off some of these challengers. So that would be the ideal goal here. Yeah, that's what we got. So ready to rock and roll here. I think this episode will come out near the second week, 3rd week of December is probably when this is going to appear on my channel. So if this is your only visit to my channel, you just happen to stumble upon this, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to each of you. Hope it's going well. We should have some more videos out closer to Christmas time, but nonetheless, I want to wish each of you that in case you happen to stumble upon this at some time. So here we go. Pace car should be off. Minute 40-something laps here, so we're going to have a little bit less laps than we've had in previous races here. Good start. I was actually on the chip there just a little bit. Still should be able to maintain the lead down to turn 1. We do. Get through there nice and well. Maintain for the moment. As we all snake up the hill through the S's and down towards the bus stop for the first time. We'll see how powerful this tow is from the cars behind John Henry. Unrelinquishing there, he's definitely going to have a nice tow, but not able to close in it for the moment, so maybe our rear wing is more of an advantage than I thought it would be. Yeah, that plays out, the race goes along here. Confident in our car, confident in the setup here, but not confident in myself behind the wheel at this point yet, so still a little bit of a struggle with this car at times. But we'll see if we can make the most of it and come out with a solid finish. Geez, the understeer, especially on cold tires there, is just incredible. It was thankfully turned out okay. We definitely have to try to get out of this draft range. If we can get to a second and a half or so out, that'll be a big step towards a solid finish here, because we definitely don't have the long run pace we've seen each of these first couple of races. Our strength is really on the colder tires. Once we start slipping around a little bit more, we're okay, but not race winning pace. So we gotta try to get able to get into good. Already coming up quickly here to the end of the first lap. Looks like third and fourth separated there. Jason back there in fourth. Ian is locked on third place for the moment, so a little bit of separation is all right. Strong lap by me, second and a half already. That's going to be important as we go up the hill for the first time. If we can kind of maintain there, we'll be in okay shape. Solid first lap there. We're going to just start to pull out ever so slightly. Check out on the backstretch here and see where everybody's currently running. Michael has lost a spot or two, and he has actually down to 8th place, Michael. So big development there in the points. Perhaps if we can hang on here, we just got to try to maximize these first lap where we seem to be strong. Using a lot of curb there. Obviously, these cars are pretty fragile, open wheel, low to the ground, but I think the opportunity and every risk here is all to play for when we have a good start like this and a good points opportunity. So just gonna have to kind of go for it at the moment. God, the understeer through there is just brutal. I don't know why. It's got a little bit of banking. I feel comfortable with it. Maybe it's just a longer corner than that. Because through there decently enough. 2 seconds behind us. We'll keep an eye on that when it's going to swing over. They're going to start to run us down just a little bit. Keep a close eye on that. I think until we get to that point here, I'll use this next lap to shut up and let you listen to the car and on Watkins Glen, because I think before too long, another lap or two here, they're going to be starting to nip at my heels. So I guess I'll shut up here for this next third lap of the race and let you enjoy a lap around Watkins Glen in the Formula 3 car. Decent lap right there. We kind of got up on the curb in a weird way in turn 1 and got the car centered a little bit. Nice lap, sub 43 right there. It definitely seemed to gain on me from kind of the carousel all the way down through the exit of the boot and a little bit back in the final 2 corners. But they're probably 2 to 3 tenths, I would assume, faster than me at this moment, which means they'll be here in probably 3-4 laps. Already a quarter of the way through after just 3 laps there, so keep that in mind for this race length. It's going to be a little bit less laps than we've seen previously. On the curve there. Got to try to maximize it though while we're having some nice laps. In a good spot there. Nearly flat over through the carousel. Actually much better through there for me than the previous laps. Didn't lose quite as much through there that time, only about 2 tenths. So through here, we really seem to struggle. Feels like the back end wants to swap a little bit there with all that banking. Lose about 3/10 through that one corner alone. Kind of carries all the way down this backstretch a little bit. Another 1/10 or so there through toe or the heel, excuse me, at the boot, and the exit of the boot here. Another 1/10 or so. Seems like we gained about a 1/10 back through here. Maybe just a little bit line some of that lower downforce. Just gotta be careful not to put too much wheel in it. Looks like another 1/10 or so, just with some aggressiveness through that last corner. So, yeah, about 2-3 tenths a lap they gained, which is okay. We're still doing okay. 42 dead that time. Another really solid lap. We can keep putting together laps similar to that. Should be still only about 2 tenths a loss that lap. So. Still hanging on okay, and obviously, even if they do get to pass us, we can play some defense and use the draft in different ways. So definitely not giving up or anything at this point with the lead, but just things to think about ahead of time, keep in mind. So Michael's still hanging back in 8th place. Not a great run there. That's encouraging, actually. If we do finish 2nd or 3rd, get some really good points out of this. So just about flat. Just don't quite trust the rear end enough. Just got up on the curb there again, and when you get up on the curb like that and the car sticks, it almost high centers, and wheels are on the ground briefly. Little be any damage or anything like that, but it cost us about 3/10 of a second or more there. Just a little bit, so keep an eye on that. They should be just about nearly in the draft range, just getting a little tiny bit of suck down these straightaways. So. That in mind here for the second half of the race as we come up towards halfway here. Feel okay about the pace, not great. It's hanging in there right now. Obviously, this is going to be a lap where we drop like a half a second. More concerned about the long game here. Next lap will be well past halfway, so we're probably going to have, let's see, probably 12 laps would be my guess, 11, 12. Do the math, not right now. Just a rough guesstimate. Still maintaining up the hill, that lower downforce helping us out all the way down here. Another couple, 2-3 tenths there. That's important. The more we can have him not in a direct draft, as many laps as possible, is going to be really key. The more fuel we're able to burn off, the more that should help us down these straightaways as well. So the more we can get through some of these laps well and clean, it's going to be beneficial. Again, just not quite flat there. Still okay though. Every little straightaway they're going to get the draft is going to help them suck up on the back, and so we've got to be really careful and for that when we're worried about these corner exits. Definitely our just corner right there. We just can't really get through there with any kind of aggressiveness, and that's a little bit of the downforce thing. So not too concerned at the moment. Now we got some nice heat in the tire too. We're a little bit harder into some brake zones. Still feeling pretty good here in the car so far. Maintaining about 1-3 there. And I'll turn the wheel very much through the fast left-hander. In the last corner, basically just touch the brakes, chuck it in down. Drive off really aggressively. Another 2 tenths or so. So PB right there, 41.7, another solid lap. Definitely have a decent pace here. Not ultimate fast pace, but fast enough with the track position. Hopefully we can hang on. Did go past halfway there, so my assumption here would be 12 laps. It might be 11. It might be right on that edge, but let's assume 12 for the moment. Still back in 8th, fighting for 7th is Michael there. And tried a little different line there, a little later entry, and then a little bit more momentum through there. Just enough downforce. Front tires starting to go off just a little bit, push out wide, nothing that's a major issue for the moment. Again, just struggling through there, trying different lines, trying anything to find any little bit of time, but consistently 2 to 3 tenths through that single corner. So that's where all the delta is for the most part right there. Corner is we kind of swap, you know, where we make time as long as I don't make mistakes like hitting a curb. But through that single right-hander up the toe of the boot, really we struggle. So great boot section that time for in tow now, so 1v1 battle and in the others. Get tear off there through the final corner. Let's assume there's 5 laps to go here. 9/10 of a second gap, definitely fully in the draft. A little bit down on a lap right there. One second back uphill, probably get a little bit of a toe. Have to knock that down a couple of tenths there, a little bit more aggressive line for me through there. 1.2 back now, 1.3, so the smaller rear wing definitely helping us up the hill big time. 3 tenths gain through there that time. I thought it would hurt us more through here through the bus stop as I get it all wrong. 1x right there, we high centered it, so now we're in trouble. Just got caught up where the bandy ends right there, right on the bumper. It's rear wing, there's no bumpers on these cars, Justin, so this is about to be a 3-way battle for the lead here because we definitely pulled Ian right into it. I just got a little bit too wide and got 2 wheels over where there's no curb there. John Henry trying to fill that gap to my inside. Just about be able to clear him here. Go protective. Very defensive through there. As soon as we cleared him, had to go to the driver's right to protect. Pull Jason into this as well if we're not careful here before too long. I already pulled Ian into it from 3rd place. So let's say there's 12 laps. We're going to have to finish off 4 laps here. See what we can do. Definitely some arrow wash there from the guys behind. So see how that's we're going to make some of that toe just a little bit down the front straightaway. Back across for brake zone, turn 1. See, they're up the hill with some draft, so they're close enough to each other. Maybe see how that plays out, but still just a 6/10 of a second gap. And maintains out, so not a lot of gain there, but obviously with the draft we didn't really pull any like we had been 3 tenths plus the previous lap. Actually a really good up the hill toe right there. He made up about a 10th or 2 on where John was, maintained pretty consistent to where I was. For about 1 second back, so they can battle a little bit, that'll be okay. Actually a really good lap there for us. Pull away just a little. They can battle each other, hopefully a little bit of defensive here. Michael's still back 7th, 8th, 9th battling there, so our opportunity, it's a good point. Definitely a little soft in there. I didn't like the done turning, so kind of floated the car off. Still alright. Quickly becoming a 4 car. Closed in, excuse me, on the back of Ian. Probably 3 laps to go here. We'll check. Yep. 3 laps left here, so plenty of time. Gotta keep being smart. It's here that we get a little bit more than we had the gap previously, so hopefully we can increase that just a little bit. Already going up with the smaller rear wing on our car. I don't know why we seem once they get some tire temp that they can just attack really hard, and we seem to kind of pick up something, but we're definitely most dangerous and aggressive on those first couple laps, even at least compared to them. We're obviously quicker once we get some tire heat as well, but we seem to be more vulnerable even later in the run when they can really attack. So interesting to note there. Still 210 gap between them. Hopefully they'll battle just a little bit. Tear off the 2 there. Make sure everything's set. Still an okay gap. Don't think we're going to have any problems with traffic in this one. Don't anticipate, at least, unless there's a wrecked car somewhere. 2 tenths. And still definitely within your sight. Can keep an eye on them. To peripheral vision only. Half a second now through here. Hopefully it's a little bit more. Two laps to go. This is it. 6 tenths back. Chase had a problem there, it looks like, so he's going to drop back, see if he either goes or has to rejoin in front of us somewhere. Jason has kind of closed in a little bit to within draft range of Ian, separated behind him to Drew Adamson back in 5th. Still 8 tenths there. We've gained a little bit again uphill here with the draft. Ian's going to have a look here. They have to go defensive as John Henry. Maybe they'll go side by side in here, cost each other time. It looks like they will. Barely hang on. So there's that lap between them. So, for us there, they were able to battle a little bit. John might have gone a little more downforce than what Ian has on his car currently. Actually, we're big John Henry fans right now since he's kind of dropped out of the points chase and he was just a few behind us. If Ian is indeed going to finish third, not second. So, lap and a bit left to go here. Jay seems to have gotten his car going about 20 seconds up the road. Exiting the booth for the second to last time, still not make any mistakes. The point's going to be hard for them to go and make a pass. Just one lap through here, so as long as we don't make any mistakes, we should be okay. Watkins, 9 tenths back, plenty of gap. One final hard break, so turn 1. 3 downshifts. And back up the hill we go. 9 tenths is the best gap we've had. 4 laps now back after those mistakes. Should be able to see this out. Ian not going to battle actually, so most battle there for that'd be big if Jason can grab that spot as well. Pretty much in the clear here for us. Yeah, we've got the big straightaway. We can just get through here, get through the boot, we'll be just fine. Still just 1 second of space there. Close battle behind the button for Jason to make a pass. John closed up to half a second there, backed off a little bit to try to make sure we didn't make a big mistake and have a big wiggle through there. 4 tenths past the final 3 or 4 corners. Downshifts nice and smooth, no curve. Oh, that's the exit. 3 tenths now. This should be okay. This is a final corner. The final corner, as long as we don't spin ourselves out here. A little curvy on the brake track. Nice and smooth final corner. Drive from the pole. We're going to pick up another victory, this time at Watkins, Glen. Big points today. Ian going to finish 3rd. Looks like Michael will have to settle for 8th. Right back and control this championship fight. Again, the points thing is going to be weird even though you can't see it. I relay it update, but it's going to be a big swing for us, 7 points in our favor there. So Jason not able to grab another spot from Ian, that's okay. Here comes Drew Adamson, he rounds out the top 5. Good run for TJ Majors up in 6th. Dean 7th, Michael 8th. Ryan Rangel actually grabbed the 9th spot, or the 10th spot, excuse me. Junior was 9th. Tran fell back to 11th. Can we go this way? What happens if we go this way? I don't want to drive all the way around, so. So the cars are still running on the track here. Appears to be the last of them, as Dave has actually had a problem through the exit of the boot for the final time, so. Come on up through here, final 2 corners. And we'll come on down and come and finish this puppy out. So. Come down pit road, find our dude again, pit road again. Another victory celebration today. And I guess we head to the final 2 races of the season, so. Come to a close quickly. We've had a solid 4 races, 4 podiums. We've run pretty dang well, so. Talked myself down on this car a lot before we got rolling here for this season, but maybe I surprised myself a little bit. So. Wait for these results to go official. There they go. Looks like everything is all set. We take a nice victory today. And we'll head on to these final races. I'll check real quick where we end up. It's going to give us the wrong thing. It's going to say Michael finished first. So yeah. Double check the standings in the schedule here after Watkins Glen next spot. I forgot we go over the Europe. I was mistaken about the Laguna Seca thing. We head over to Europe, so Spa is next. It's going to be a big draft track. Definitely a tricky place. Very few laps. There are going to be only 7 or 8 laps for these cars around there. And then we end up at the Nürburgring Grand Prix, not the Nordschleife, but the Grand Prix version. So should be fun. 6 points back to Michael, 6 points back to Ian as well. 15 for Dean Marsh. So if we can finish 3rd in these final 2 races, we will wrap up the championship. Obviously, if we run a little better in one, that'll give us a little bit of a gap for the other. So Michael and Ian are the 2 we got to circle here for the upcoming races. So we'll have to keep a nice eye on that and be ready to rock and roll. So make sure you come back for the next episode at Spa-Francorchamps. And the finale in a couple of weeks, probably, or a week or so, at, I don't remember already. Oh, Nürburgring Grand Prix, GP. So, should be fun. Thank you all so much for stopping by, all my supporters, all the help that I get in making these things possible. And hope you return again next time. So, until next time, bye.